we're different from day to day, even hour to hour, right? So let's move around a little bit and then find a nice, oh yeah. This sometimes feels too good to stop, doesn't it? Just wiggling, and then find your mountain pose. So just let the breath start to move through you smoothly, in and out. Just becoming aware of the breath. And maybe as it smooths out, allow it to deepen. Feeling yourself fill up, and then as you exhale, soften. Inhaling, feel the breath fill you, and exhaling, soften. All right, so as I was saying, we are moving to the half moon phase tomorrow. So the moon is starting to release. So let's go ahead and do that with our breath. We're going to ground the feet, turn the palms up. Inhale, breathing up through center, take the hands up. When they get over the head, flip the palms up. And then as you exhale, just release anything that you're done with right now. Oh, just release it. It's done. Inhale up through center, bringing energy, brightness. Flip the palms, and then whatever you want to release, just let it go. And just do that 2 more times. Releasing one final time, making space for the things you want and releasing things that no longer serve. Coming back to mountain pose and feeling the breath moving. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we can envision that as we move into our cats and cows. Let's get the feet slightly wider than hip width distance and let the knees and hips be soft here. And we take the elbows, arms out to the side, bending at the elbows. And as you round into your cat, drawing your forearms toward each other, think about what you want to draw in. And then as you open, elbows back, heart opens into your cow. Think about what you want to release. And bring it forward, draw in. And open up, just let it go. So keep moving through your cats and cows. And ending with what we want to keep, bringing the forearms together, touching the palms toward each other, pressing through the feet, fingertips up toward the sky. Inhale. And as we exhale the hands down, we're going to bring the feet close together, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Okay, so our mountain pose, this is like a single leg mountain pose here, making one big leg. Okay, all right, so we're going to be going side to side here, and we're going to try and stay with our feet like this. Inhale, arms up, take your right wrist in your left hand and tilt to the left. And come on up, left wrist in the right hand, tilt to the right and up. So this probably feels a little less stable than when we have our feet hip width distance or wider than hip width distance. If you start to feel really unhappy with this, take your feet slightly apart, as much as works for you. Otherwise, just try and work through this. One strong single trunk here. And the next time you're tilted over to the left, stay here. Okay, now we're going to release both arms parallel to the earth. Take that right shoulder back, heart shines up. Woo, that felt a little unsteady to me. Let's go back to center and up and tilt to the right. Release the arms parallel. So far so good, but what happens as you draw the left shoulder back carefully, make sure you're able to maintain your balance. Come back to center. Arms up, palms touch, hands come heart center. All right, let's shake this out. We're going to be doing just a little twisting, taking the right foot over to the left and the left arm to the right, and switching. So right foot to the left, left foot to the right. The arms go opposite the legs. Once you get this movement here, you'll probably make it a little more smooth. Yeah, a little more easy breezy and even a little deeper. Just waking up that body in a little twist. So twists are very releasing also. Letting the breath just move. So once you feel even right to left, then just come back to center and find mountain pose. This time we'll do it with our feet in our more usual position, hip width distance apart. Line everything up, come into good posture. Okay, it's evening now. The shoulders might have spent a lot of time here. So let's get them open over the hips. Hips are lined up with the ankles, and the head, ears over the shoulders, palms forward, and we're breathing. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to shake it out. Wake the legs up a little bit, and then start to work our way down to the earth. So feet are hip width distance apart, knees and hips bend, arms up to shoulder height, and stand. Let's squeeze those glutes as well as we come up. Squat down, up, squeeze. Squat down, up, squeeze. Squat down, up, squeeze. Yeah, it's a chair. Squat down, up, squeeze. Now let's squat down and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and sink a little lower. Now slowly up, squeeze, and come back to mountain pose. Make sure you have adequate padding for your knees because we will be doing gait. And remember, if nothing else, you can always flip up your mat, right, to do extra padding for the knees. Okay, so let's come to the top of the mat. Start to work our way down to the earth. Find mountain pose at the top of your mat. Let's inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Let your knees and hips be soft. Do whatever feels comfortable for you right now. And then come to a nice half lift. Just bring your hands to your thighs. Shine your heart forward. Sink everything down. Let your hands come to the mat and come into down dog. Remember, you could always instead be working with your hands on a wall, a chair, a table. We're in down dog and we're going to bend one knee and then the other. Rolling through the feet, extending the muscles at the back of each leg. Press one heel down and hold. Roll that foot, press the other heel down and hold. And then press both heels down and hold. Nice downward facing dog here. And we're going to get the knees to the mat as much as possible at the same time. Okay, sit off to the side and find a seated mountain pose. Okay, so we're looking for equal sitting here, the sit bones. The spine is nice and long. Inhale and exhale. All right, so have your hands by your hips, your shoulders over your hips here, your ears over your shoulders, seated mountain pose, right? Inhale and exhale. All right, we'll shake things out for a moment and we'll get to some really fun core work. Remember that super long spine. Go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat here. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands to the heart. The spine stays long. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Okay, and we're going back. We're finding core engagement, and then maybe once we find core engagement, we find we can go a little farther back, and we'll call this core challenge. And then come up. Okay, so let's go back. Where was your spot? Take it back. Your spine is long. There's no rounding happening here. You're in core challenge for you tonight. And bring it up. All right, now we're going to be holding that and just adding some arm work and being amazed at how much core work we get out of this. Take it back, core challenge. Take your right arm out and back to center. Left arm, the only thing that's moving right now is your left arm. And back to center, and let's do double arms. Oh. And back to center and up. I think we're feeling that already, right? Hands to the heart. Take it back. Core engagement, core challenge. We'll start on the left. Left and in. Right and in. Double and in. Sit up. All right. You can continue with that, okay? Or you can stay back and we're going to take it a little farther. So let's go back. Core engagement, core challenge. Just follow right and in, left and in, double and in. Stay here, left and in, right and in, double and in. Sit up. All right. Starting to feel that? Yes? All right. We're going to do the same thing starting on the left this time. Hands are here. Spine is long. We're taking it back. Arms are the only thing moving. Left and in. Right and in. Take it double and in. Going right and in. Left and in, double and in, and sit up. Woo, take those legs. So that can be a lot even for the hip flexors, right? Because they work really hard to keep us up. So go ahead and shake everything out. Okay? And we're just going to come back and finish that up a little bit. So let's bend the knees, hands to the heart, take it back. Core engagement, core challenge. We're going to open two arms and in, two arms again, and in two more times, double arms, and in, double arms, and in, and release, shake it out. All right, that's a lot of work for just moving your arms, isn't it? Yeah, all righty. So let's go ahead and do some oblique work with that. Okay, it's still going to look the same with a nice long spine. Hands come to the heart. We take the right arm back, left arm forward, open to the right, come center. Left arm back, right arm forward, open, arms center. Take it to the right, arms back. Take it left. We're moving back into our core challenge as we open the arms this time. Take it to the right and up. Take it left and up. We're going to take it to the right and hold here and bring it in and open. In and open. One more. In and open and sit up. All right. One more to the left and we'll be done. Hands to the heart. Take it back. Arms open to the left. Take it in. Open. In. Open. In. Open. In and up. Shake out those legs. All right. So we're going to, because the front hip flexors can get really tight when we do that, right? Because they're holding on quite a bit. We're going to turn over to the side, bring the forearm down, okay? And then take your top leg, it doesn't matter which leg it is, take your top ankle in your top hand and just move that leg forward and back. So this is kind of like our baby dancer, except we're not trying to stand on one foot. So we can really focus on the flexibility of the hip here. And then release and switch sides. Take both legs to one side. Come onto your forearm. Take your top ankle in your top hand and just release that hip flexor a bit. So just a little extra release. Yeah, so if this doesn't work for you, a strap can help, or just go ahead and let your foot do this without even holding on. Yeah. Either way, we just want to release that hip flexor, okay? And let's come back to seated and come down to the earth now. We'll do a little more hip release. Take it all the way down. Both feet to the mat. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's plant that left foot so it stays nice and steady on the earth. And just extend your right leg. Left knee stays right where it is. Extend the arms overhead. Extend the right leg long. And then draw your right knee in. Tap your shin, or if that's too far away, tap your hamstring. Extend your right leg again. Arms overhead. Bring it in. Tap the leg. Extend again. Bring it in. Tap. We extend again. Bring it in. You might have noticed we're coming in and out of Ardha Appanasana, half wind removing pose. Now we're going to hold that right leg in, hold on to the shin or hamstring, and let that right leg come out to the right and back to center. Keep your left foot grounded. Inhale and exhale. So just giving that hip a little bit of action, something to do, loosening it up. Bring your right foot to the mat, okay? And we're going to leave it there, nice and grounded. Extend your left leg, arms overhead. Bring the left knee in. Tap the leg. Extend again, arms long, leg long. Bring it in and tap. Extend again. Bring it in and tap. And extend. Bring it in and hold. Okay, so we'll hold on to that left leg with one hand, the left hand, and just let the leg come out to the side and back to center. Whether you're holding your shin or your hamstring, just let it release a little bit. Bring your left foot down to the mat and let your knees gently open and close here. Inhale and exhale. All right, so now we're going to be moving into our gate pose. Okay, helping us transition from the full moon into the half moon and eventually to the new moon. Make sure you have padding for your knees, enough padding so your knees are happy. If even with padding, your knees don't want to do this, you can totally do this standing up, okay? Raise your hand if you want me to demonstrate it standing up. Otherwise, I'll assume we'll all be on knees. Okay, all right, so you can always flip up the edge of your mat for extra padding. We are on the knees here. The knees are about hip width distance apart. We're going to take the right leg out to the right. Your toes can be up toward the sky, or your foot can be flat, whichever feels better to you. Your right palm is turned up, laying gently on your right leg. You're facing forward. Your left arm comes up by the ear, and you slowly tilt to the right, letting that right hand travel down the leg. That's why it's soft. We're not pressing. And come on up. We come back, gate over to the right. Keep those shoulders stacked just like we do for triangle. Take it up. Take it over to gate. Now we're going to move this deeper. As you come back up, let your left hand come all the way to the mat. Put your right hand on your right hip. You could stay here or start to raise that right leg. You could stay here or add the right arm, even taking the right arm up by the ear if that works for you. Now we're going to move smoothly through gate. Float right into the knee down half moon, or take it in as many steps as you want. Back to gate. And back to knee down half moon. All right, bring your right hand to your right hip. Bring your right knee back down. Inhale and exhale. Shake things out. We're going left leg extend. Okay? All right, so if you're tired of being on your knees, you could totally do it this way, couldn't you, right? All right, so let's go ahead. Left leg out, toes point up or foot's on the mat, left palm is turned up, right arm by the ear, and we go gate. And back up. Gate. And back up. We're going gate. And back up, and this time we'll add on, take it to gate. Keep coming around, right hand down, left hand to left hip. Stay here or start to lift that left leg. Stay here or add the left arm. Maybe take that arm by the ear. And now we come back to gate. To knee down half moon. Wherever you're going with your knee down half moon. And one more time, gate. Yes. To a nice knee down half moon. Yeah. And bring it up. All right, here we go. We're on our knees. We're going to come to tabletop from here. Okay, so make sure your knees are happy. Come into your knee up or knee down plank. Push up. Hips toward heels. Plank. Push up. Nice strong arms. Hips toward heels. One more plank. Push up. Child's pose. The forehead is always supported in child's pose, whether it's resting on the mat, on your hands, on a block. You could even be doing child's pose at a chair, right? Just let your head be at rest. And from here, float your way up to a nice downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Find some peace, find balance in your dog. And then find a journey, feet to the hands. However you want to get there right now. Feet to the hands. Yep, half lift. Shine your heart forward. Roll your hands down your legs for forward fold. Feel your feet super grounded, upper body super light. Exhale, and as you inhale, float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. And find a comfortable mountain pose. Lining everything up, inhaling and exhaling. All right, so we are going to be doing sun salutation and moon salutation. So we'll keep the sun salutation just rather basic, okay? So let's come to the top of the mat here. Line things up, mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, we want to swan dive over straight legs from the hip creases and not worry about how low we go. Think about keeping the hips over the ankles and the legs straight, whether you wind up with your heart higher than your hips or your hands close to the earth. Doesn't matter. Keep your legs straight, shine your heart forward for a half lift. Now sink the knees and hips down, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back with your right leg. Enjoy this lunge here. And then come into your knee up or knee down plank. So stepping back, knees up or down. You're in a nice plank. Chaturanga, the elbows go back. Nice and strong. Yes. All right. And just a nice little cobra here, not using the hands very much. Just lift the heart into a cobra. And release, coming into downward facing dog. So these are the most basic moves of the sun salutation that we're doing right now. We're going to raise the right leg and start a journey forward. Feet to the hands. Straighten the legs. Bring the hands to the legs, half lift. Let the hands slide down the legs, whatever amount they're going for you right now. Forward fold. Press through those feet. Float the arms out and up. Let's pay attention here because what we're going to do is bring the palms of the hands together and draw them down right through heart center. Continue. Forward fold. Half lift, keeping the legs straight. Sinking the knees and hips, hands come down. Step back with the left. Get that nice lunge going. And find a nice strong plank. Whether your knees are up or down, doesn't matter what they did last time. What matters is what's the best right now. Chaturanga down. And just take yourself into that nice little cobra and find your way to downward facing dog. We're looking for ease in our dog. Remember, there's many variations you could be taking here. Having the hands higher, but we want some length in the spine. We want the heels pressing toward the earth. Feel that nice length in the back of the legs. And then starting with the left, just take a nice journey, feet to the hands. Straight leg, half lift, shine your heart forward. Let your hands roll down your legs, whatever amount they're going. Press through the feet, float the arms out and up, palms touch. Yes, and hands come heart center. And release. All right, so since we did sun salutation and we're going to do moon salutation, in between, we will do our sun and moon balance. So let's find the feet hip-width distance apart. Bring the arms down. Yes, shine the palms forward, shoulders over hips. So we're going to make sure we have a steady gaze point, right? A spot that isn't moving to look at. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just let everything go. Exhale. Good. And let's remember that balance does not come from gripping tight. It comes from releasing into the balance. Hands to the hips here. Right heel up, staying straight and strong on the left leg. Float your right knee up. See how that's working for you tonight. All right, let's bring the right foot down and see how the left side is feeling tonight as far as balance. Left heel up, right leg long, left knee. All right, and release. So from here, you could either stay with your toes down, take your knee up. We're going sun and moon. The right heel or knee is coming up. The left arm goes long. We're in sun and moon. Yes. Gaze is steady, mind is calm. And release. Yeah. Doing it on the other side. Left heel or knee, right leg nice and strong, right arm up, left fingertips down. Sun and moon. Good. And release. All right, now we're going to do a little movement and then just come into sun and moon. So come toward the back of your mat. Okay. And we're going to step right, step left, step right, left knee up, right arm up, sun and moon. See how we did that? We just moved into it. Bring it down and walk back to the back of your mat. We're going to start on the right side this time. Wait, we're going to start on the left. So we step left, step right, step left, right knee, left arm, sun and moon. And let's bring it back. All right, everybody good with this? We're going to do it again. So it's 3 steps, sun and moon. Come back, start on your other foot, 3 steps, sun and moon. Here we go. Right, left knee up, sun and moon. Walk back. And left, left, sun and moon. And walk back. So what we're doing here is we're taking our balance into a more real life situation, right? Sometimes we might be moving, we're walking, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, it's a turtle. We have to stop short and balance. So let's keep doing that, all right? Right, left, right, sun and moon. Take it back. Left, right, left, sun and moon. Take it back and just do that one more time on each side or until you're even. We started walking forward with the right foot. Okay, so right, left, left, left. And when you're even, just come to the center of your mat and find mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. So it's important to work on our balance from a moving standpoint rather than always just saying, okay, I'm about to balance, here I go, and I'm staying here, right? That's not what usually happens in life, okay? So, although I do encourage you, if you're ever like in a long line at the grocery store, just go ahead and work on your sun and moon. So there could be some benefits to this besides getting your balance. The people in front of you will get very worried, they'll scatter, and you'll be first in line. So this is a good reason to do that when you're in a long line. All right, so let's work on those moon salutations. See, that's how we bring yoga off our mat and into our day-to-day life. Yes, we do. All right, here we go. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Now, we talked about, and Sherry and Jan weren't here when we were talking about this. We're going to be coming into the half moon. So if you have a block for standing half moon, go ahead and have it by your right foot. If you're not familiar with standing half moon, or if you have a chair, have a chair by your right foot. If you don't have a chair, when we come into standing half moon, okay, you're just going to come into a side angle instead. All right, so there's a home for everybody here. There's chair, there's block, and there's standing half moon. There's also hand to the floor, but most people won't be doing that version. So here we go. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Inhale, float the arms up, and something that I think we all love. Let's daisy, daisy, sway, and sway. Now step it wide, toes out, 5-pointed star. Elbows to waist, moonflower. Back to 5-pointed star. We're going to set up for triangle. Right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. Legs stay straight. Let's reach to the right and back. Reach and come back. Reach and come back. Now reach, reach, reach. Let your right hand come gently to that right leg. Turn the palm out again like we did for gate. And take your left arm up. If that's not good for you, put your left hand on your hip. Turn your gaze towards your right toes to the center of your space to your left fingertips. Now follow your left hand as it comes down. Bend your right knee and bring your hands down to the mat here. You're folded over your right leg in pyramid. And let that knee just bend and straighten any amount here. The right knee. All right, and now you're going to decide. Do you want to put your block under your hand? Do you want to put your hand on a chair? Okay, do you want to just stay in a side angle? Put your left hand on your left hip, raise your left leg, woo, and left arm up, and you're in a standing half moon. We did knee down, we're doing standing. Go ahead and bend your right knee, bring your left foot down, left hand back to the hip, take the arms out, toes out, 5-pointed star, moonflower, step together, and daisy, 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 and daisy, and release. All right, if you're using a block, move it to your left side. If you're using a chair, does anybody need anything else? Any other variation? Remember, you do not have to do any of these when we come into pyramid. If you're not doing the leg lift, just come into a side angle. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead. Feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale the arms up, and we sway, and sway, and sway, and sway, stepping wide, 5-pointed star. Knees bend, elbows to waist, moonflower. Back to 5-pointed star. Setting up for triangle, turning the left toes to the left, arms are long. Reach to the left and back. Reach and back. Reach and back. Now we're coming into triangle. Reach, reach, reach. Left hand down. Right arm up, or it might even be staying at the hip. Take your gaze towards your left toes. Take your gaze to center. Take your gaze towards your right fingertips. And then go ahead and follow your right fingertips as they come down. Bend your left knee, hands to the mat. So we're in a bent knee pyramid, head to knee pose. And let's go ahead and just bend and straighten that left leg a bit. Okay, and then find where you're putting your hand. Is it on a chair? Is it on the block? Are you standing up for this? Okay, right hand to the right hip. Draw your right leg in and up. Take your right arm up. Ooh. It's a Serious balance here. Bend your front knee, bring your back leg down, and come on back up to 5-pointed star. Yep, we're in 5-pointed star, moonflower, step together, and daisy, sway, 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 and sway, and come back to standing. All right, inhale and exhale. All right, so that was the half moon. We did it knee down and knee up. Let's get these things out of our way, and we're going to do our next moon salutation without the half moon, okay? So we're just going to be doing the triangle to pyramid section of it. And the daisy, and the moonflower. All right, so let's come five-pointed mountain pose here. And we're going to be going directly from the right to the left. Arms up, inhale. And let's just be easy breezy. You've been working hard, so just let things go. Sway, sway, sway. Now step it open, 5-pointed star. The toes are out. Elbows to waist, knees over toes, moonflower. Take it back up, right toes forward, preparing for triangle. Reach to the right, triangle. Turn your gaze toward your toes. Take your gaze to center. Find your left fingertips, and then follow your left hand. Bend your right knee. Bring your fingertips to the mat here. Straighten that right leg any amount, and then come right back up to triangle. Yes, come on up, toes out, arms up, 5-pointed star, moonflower, step together as you come back up, daisy, remember we're going straight over to the other side, we're not stopping, daisy, daisy, 5-pointed star, moonflower, 5-pointed star, preparing for triangle on the left, reaching forward for triangle, gazing toes, center, right fingertips, following the right hand down, left knee bends, hands to the earth. Straighten that left knee any amount that's willing to go right now. And then float back up into triangle. Yes. Coming back to 5-pointed star with the toes out. Moonflower. Here's our opportunity. Spring up. Yes, and daisy. Daisy. Daisy, and daisy, and come back to mountain pose. All right, so let's spend a moment with 2 feet on the earth, feeling balanced, and maybe come back to our single leg, let's call this, when the big toes are touching, because we've got like one strong trunk here, mountain pose. Just review your practice in your mind and remind yourself what you've let go of so that it doesn't follow you out off your mat, okay? Maybe think of something that you want to carry with you. And then just go ahead and loosen things up, move around, check in with your body, see what it might need to feel happy. As we start to head down to the earth, look around, see if there's things you want, like a blanket or an eye pillow, okay? Spray some lavender spray or whatever it takes for you. Move around, even if it's coming into a rag doll and just letting everything go. Just make sure the body is well released here. And then find mountain pose at the top of your mat whenever you're ready. I know. Feels too good to stop, right? Yep. All right, so when you feel ready, find mountain pose at the top of your mat. Take a few breaths here. We're going to float the arms up. Inhale, exhale, swan dive over straight legs. Once again, we don't care how far down we go. We just want everything to be nice and straight. Long spine, folding over those hip creases. Long legs. Half lift, heart shines forward. Bend at the knees and hips, hands down. Go through a vinyasa if you like, or just come into downward facing dog. If you've had enough dogs for one practice, bring your knees down. So you're either going through a vinyasa, or you're in down dog, or maybe even table. And then if you're in dog or table, let your hips move side to side. If the knees are up, bring them down. We'll meet in seated mountain pose. If you're not done with your vinyasa, just meet us when you're done. Coming to a nice seated mountain pose, making sure everything is lined up still, right? Or again, flex the feet, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Okay, hands by your side. All right, turn your palms up. Inhale, float the arms up. Turn your palms out and exhale, continuing to lengthen the spine. Act like there's a feather on the top of your head and you're pressing your head into that feather even as your arms come down. Tap the fingertips. All right, and then loosen everything up. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do a detoxifying roll into forward fold, and it'll be a nice spinal massage at the same time. So let's go ahead and bend the knees, roll down to the earth. Okay, we're going to draw the knees in close to the body here. Hold on, I think hamstrings is best here. And then we're going to rock, rock, rock. Build up some momentum, and then come up and soft forward fold. Yep, and roll it back down. Knees in, hamstrings, massage the spine, rock, rock. Momentum, and come into a soft forward fold. And now that we really understand the move, let's do it one more time. Rock, 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 and fold. And then let's roll back down, 2 feet to the mat, hands by your side. Just let your knees open and close, make little butterfly wings here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to ground the left foot. Okay, so 4 corners of the left foot pressing into the mat, and the left knee is headed straight up toward the sky, so the left knee is bent. The right knee comes in toward the body here, and then start to straighten your right leg. Hold on to your hamstring. So whenever you would have to remove your hands from your hamstring, just stay there. Whether your knee is bent a lot or a little bit, or your leg comes straighter. Does that make sense? Just bring your leg to wherever you can, holding on to it with both hands. Good. Inhale and exhale. Press your leg into your hands. Okay, so even if the knee is bent, you can still press into the hands. And then draw the leg back towards you. Okay, press into the hands again. And draw the leg back towards you. So that was a little spinal release and hamstring release. Now bend your right knee, take your right ankle across your left thigh. Make sure that your right foot is flexed. We're going to be coming into a pigeon here. Draw your legs towards you. So first check your right knee. If it's headed straight towards your face, press it away, and then put your right hand in between your legs, hold on to the back of your left leg, or some people like to hold the shin, the left shin here, or maybe none of those work for you and just hold on to your left leg somewhere. Important things to have here is the right foot flexed and then the left knee in line with the left shoulder. Okay, now that you've located that right hip, hopefully send warmth and breath into that right hip. We'll be holding here in this reclined pigeon. Think about the hip releasing. And as you really put your attention there, you might see in your mind just things floating out and away from the hip. Maybe it's something that you just want to let go of. Maybe it's happiness that you want to share. Just see things floating out of that right hip as it releases. And then go ahead and take your left leg straight up. We're going to point and flex that left foot. We're still in the pigeon. Point and flex the left foot. Really getting a sense of what the foot does for us, how that ankle works, and then rotate that ankle one direction and the other. Now go ahead and cross tightly at the thighs. So this is actually pigeon eagle legs here. We're crossed at the thighs, bringing the knees in close. Hold on to the legs somewhere. If it's the sides of the legs, right, the sides of the thighs, that's fine. If it's closer to your shins, that's fine. Just hold on and move around. And then release, unwind, 2 feet to the mat. Let the knees open and close, little butterfly wings. Plant your right foot. Keep it planted, left ankle across the right thigh. Left foot is flexed. And now draw those legs in towards you. And we left out a step. So go ahead and bring your right foot back down. Take your hands around your left leg. And extend it any amount as you press into the hands. That's why we want to keep the right foot grounded. And then release. Press into the hands. And release. Now we're ready for our pigeon. Left ankle across the right thigh. Left foot is flexed. Legs come in. Your left hand is in between the legs, holding on to the right leg somewhere. So once again, check your left knee. Is it headed directly for your face? Press it away and have your right knee in line with your right shoulder. So adjust yourself so that you can really feel that left hip, not pain, but the sensation of that left hip releasing. And as you send warm breath and kind thoughts towards your hip, see what it's letting go of. Could be a mixture of things. And then taking your right leg straight up, point and flex the right foot. And circle one direction and the other. Now come into eagle legs, so crossing tightly at the thighs and holding on somewhere. And let those legs just move around a bit if possible. Just really feeling that release in the left hip from here. Let go, bring 2 feet to the mat, let the knees open and close. Little butterfly wings here. Hands down by your side, they're away from your hips, at least 6 inches. Open the fingers wide, wiggle them into a gentle fist. Open and wiggle. And do that a couple more times. And then rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Bring your hands down, let your head move side to side. And then coming back to center, scan your body from head to toe, move around, do any realignment that is called for you to find your final relaxation position for this exact moment after this exact practice. And when you get to your place, inhale through the nose and slowly exhale. Let go, let the earth support you, and just be in your final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. And on your next inhale, stretch everything long. Exhale, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side and up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.